Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm back, baby. Back from the holiday vacation in Noosa, which was great, but I missed you all so much I had to race back here and start doing Tankaroonie videos again. And I'm very happy I did. I hadn't had a chance to drive this tank while I was on holiday. Our internet was atrocious. It was potato internet, and I'm a potato player, so I need all the good help and effort I can get from the internet gods when I rock out there in a new tank. And the 4201 was well and truly worth the wait. This is a superb little vehicle. It is very much a Black Prince with a few Caernarvon tendencies. It's got that lovely aim time, the DPM that all those tanks have, but the turret and the chassis of the tank are very much Caernarvon turret and chassis layouts. What does it do well? Well, like the Black Prince, it spits out disgusting amounts of damage for a heavy tank when given the opportunity. All these British tanks need time on target to do their damage, so they do have to be played in a specific fashion. And basically what you're looking to do with any of these tanks is minimizing the amount of time that the enemy can actually get shots on your weaker lower glacis and sides. That's not such a big deal for the Black Prince, because the Black Prince has a princely amount of armor. It is very tough though for this tank. You want to use a lot of craft and a lot of technique to make sure you both get time on target and you're doing it from the front line, because you are a heavy tank with a decent armor profile on your turret. I'm going to show you that armor profile in a tick, and I'm going to talk about a few specific things. But where you have the Black Prince down pat, down stone cold, is mobility. Doing things like this are it's possible when you're driving this tank. That shot there is not coming off with the Black Prince because you're only going to do 20 kilometers an hour and you're never going to get there. And you can see I'm operating in a very small theater here. I'm moving around through bumps and the berms. These are shots that I'm getting because of my mobility. It's not just because of the gun. It's not just because of the tank having a good DPM number. It's because I'm mobile enough to move between those areas. Now you can see this is a FV4201D, very, very generic medium tank kind of layout. About you're looking at like 150 millimeters from your mediums and stuff, and about 200 millimeters of pen here with your premium ammunition. Now, the turret on this thing is actually pretty strong. It'll take 200 millimeters in most places apart from the hatch and the little weird soft spot it's got. And you can see there the Black Prince, well, it's a lot redder. It has a lot more red instead, which means you can play that super heavy role where you can side scrape and hold the line, chassis out or chassis in. You can't do that in this Caernarvon, pretend Caernarvon, the Caernarvon Light. But for all that, it can get over 30 kilometers an hour, and that I mean that really allows you to get shots a lot more easily. And you can see the gun. The gun is every inch that British super cannon that we so love and adore. And you can still side scrape it against certain tanks and certain armor profiles. And you can see that KV2. I'm just going to get around that corner. He can't quite get there, and then I'm going to side scrape this one up. The other thing is obviously British tank. It gets 8 degrees of gun depression. Now watch how easily I'm able to get these shots and then poke back in. And get another shot and poke back in. And I'm able to do that because this tank, man, it does over 30 kilometers an hour, which is a lot more than your 20 kilometer an hour Black Prince. That's 50% plus more kilometers an hour, which is a lot of percentages. And it's one of the reasons why I prefer to play this in the Black Prince. Anyone that knows me knows I, maybe to my own detriment, overvalue at times mobility, but mobility gives you choices. Mobility gives you options. The Black Prince doesn't have the same kind of options this tank has. Now, the Black Prince is better in a last stand situation, and I have seen a lot of comments in the Patreon chat. I was talking to Ian's, and he was saying how he was struggling with this tank when it first started because it is very much more team dependent than the Black Prince. What do I mean by that? Well, if the rest of your team goes off on some foolish mission of injustice and mystery and gets wrecked, then unless the enemy decide to, hang out with their wang out and let you farm them from a hull down position, you don't have a lot of options for putting damage out without taking damage in. Once people decide to push on you in this tank, if they're willing to trade hit points, then you're going to take big damage back. And this is my good mate Meadsy. He's running the FV4201. He threw this one over my way, and I was happy enough to include it in the final wash-up. I had Martin Dogger on here not long ago in a very good platoon. If you want to sub up to these boys, they are very good World of Tanks Blitz YouTubers in their own right, so you should probably check them out. That's Meadsy, and he's just there, banging away. There's that gun working again. Now, anytime you have a tank that has a decent turret and you elevate it, you get a lot more bounces. It's how the physics of the thing's going to work. If you're above a target and you're shooting down at it, then the angle that they can see your armor at is increased, and it means that they're going to bounce a lot more. And specifically with this Caernarfon style turret, it's pretty solid. And against same tier tanks, it will absolutely allow you to go hull down, poke and peek and get shots off. And against same tier lights and mediums, like that Bulldog and the Comet, well, you can bounce a lot of those shots because the Comet has 145 millimeters of AP pen and about 204, 205, maybe even 208 millimeters of APCR pen. Tanks like the Panther will wreck you. They have massive amounts of pen on their AP rounds. So you want to be very, very careful on who you're shooting, and having a little bit of knowledge in this area will go a long way. And you can see Meadsy has made an absolute killing off the turret of this tank in that engagement. They were some relatively low pen tanks there, and they got worked. And it just should be pointed out, you've got more DPM than the Comet, which is kind of obscene. Like, it is really nuts. The Comet's got mad gun depression. Mad gun depression. Gun depressions for days. Days, baby. But he does not have your hit point pool, 1,450 hit points, or your turret. Your turret's better than the Comet's turret. That's all right. The Comet can do some nasty things. It's fast enough. It's nasty enough. It doesn't need any help. But this is a premium tank, and it's a worry to think that this thing's probably not going to get nerfed. Wargaming have a habit of not nerfing premium tanks. It's just not what they're about. Meadsy's desperate to get that shot in. Look at him trying to get that angle up. He knows what this is about. There's a Tiger P. Great. Side shot in the turret. Get your angles back up. Start doing a bit of side scraping. Over angling. The Tiger P's not interested. Meadsy can make a little bit of love here. He can get behind that building. Side onto the Tiger P, but he can finish off that AMX 12T. No, the Tiger's not having any of it. He's poking. Oh, big bounce. And that means Meadsy's probably just going to out-trade this guy here. He's got more DPM than the Tiger P. Once upon a time, the Tiger P had more DPM than it has now. It got nerfed. Meadsy, unfortunately, though, gets an ammo rack, which is not good. Now, look at this. This is with ammo rack damage. It's still got 4.2 seconds worth of... I mean, that's insane, hey. Absolutely mad. That's with ammo rack damage. I love it. 12 T's on the reload. Oh, wowzers. 6 kills. Good on you, the Meads monster. Meadsy 69. What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Big damage there. 3,921 damages. All the medals. All the good stuff. Now I'm going to get on to the final game. This is a game I had on Naval Frontier. Now, this is a Tier 8 game, and I wanted to feature this because it is a Tier 8 game. There are 4 TDs here, so I'm going to play very much according to the way the enemy team is set up. That means I want to get round to this flank here, and I see they've only got 1 heavy tank. So I'm not expecting much of a contest. I don't expect to see a lot of people on this flank. And that Nameless is their heavy tank. I fired one up there, not spotted. Cool. And they do some weird stuff here, the TDs on the other team. But they don't have anyone spotting for them down the bottom, basically. If the Nameless doesn't come down here, or one of the mediums doesn't come down here, then there's going to be no one spotting for them. And indeed, there is no one there. So I'm able to now get up to the middle of the map. Now, Tier 8 game, I'm being quite aggressive here. And there's method in the madness. this tank is wonderful if you can put it in a situation where it has time on target, but it doesn't have amazing penetration numbers. The penetration numbers are exactly like those of the Comet. And it's really the thing that holds this tank back. Not so much the armor, because you can mitigate the issues with the armor quite simply by putting it in positions like this, where it's very, very hard for the enemy to get any decent shots at you. But you can see the penetration on the tank is just not great. And that's a very strong tank, that. The Nameless is very strong. I don't really have to worry. He's gone to APCR. We still bounce him. I'm quite simply very happy here, just taking shots on the noggin so that I can clear this Nameless. There we go. Get rid of him. About time we did too, because we're already 3 tanks down. And we're up to 1,153 damage. And I really like where we are as a human being right now. I think it's a pretty good spot. They've pushed the middle of the map. Now, the DPM is really, honest to God, it has to be said. The DPM on this tank, when coupled with 8 degrees of gun depression, means you are going to have very few situations where you just can't get shots off. Now, that's exactly what's going on here. I've got a Borsig pushing up on me. I really didn't think that he was going to do that. And you're going to see he's barneyed out of there. He knows he wasn't in a lovely position. I think he was trying to HE me in the side as he popped up. I'm not sure. Anyway, 3 on, left. And 8 degrees of gun depression is great, but it's not enough to get just all the way down there. And it shouldn't. If it had 10 degrees of gun depression, oh my goodness gracious me, it would be ridiculous. But because it's got that excellent aim time as well, you don't have to worry so much. I don't know what these guys are carrying on about. There's someone in the chat who starts yelling, go, go, go. I mean, you always get those guys. They've been dead. The game's been going for 3 minutes. And I don't know how much damage I've got, but I'm going to guess it's a lot more than the guys who start yelling, go, go, go. Anyway, I digress. This is a great go F. Go. I mean, what, you'd like me to just roll down into that Borsig? Is that what you'd like me to do? Go. Yep. Thanks very much for the sage advice there, amigo. I do, however, see an opportunity. Once he's fired, I'm like, yeah, I'll jump in that. And then I'm just going to try and burn this Borsig down, right? And you can see, even a Borsig is safe from my high explosive shells. Thank God. I mean, imagine the DPM of this thing with a Borsig with high explosive. Nearly got him. We're going to take one just before. Yep, fair enough. Got to take one. And there's the AMX 1375. Just missed getting stuck into him, and he clears the 28 Proto. This isn't done yet, man. This is not done yet. 3,500 damage, which is not enough, obviously, for the guy in our team who is saying F you. I don't know what his problem is. He died pretty easy. We're going to carry you, buddy. I think he was upset with the T28 Proto, actually. There we go. Bang. Love that DPM. Love that DPM. Good game. And that's the tank in a nutshell. If you put it in a position where you're not exposing that big lower glacis and the soft upper plate and everything, you can do big things. 4,000 damage, 83,000 credits off that, which is pretty freaking nice, if you ask me. And you do ask me, because that's why you're here. I'm Bushka. I hope you guys are looking forward to what the rest of this year is going to bring. We're going to make some fun videos. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good community going on. And yeah, stick around. Like the video, subscribe, and until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.